Welcome back, comrades, to another fantastic episode. Today, it's early vlog day. So the reason we're putting out an early vlog is actually because we want to talk about the new YouTube partnership program due to the fallout of the Logan Paul incident and how badly it actually affects us. Also, it's a fancy new mic here, so now our vlogs sound 10 times better, so you can really feel like you're with us.
Picture perfect. It's like you're in the room.
So if you're cool with that, comrades, grab your potatoes and let's roll.
Hoorah!
So to start this off with, what we want to go ahead and we want to go over is we want to go on ahead and take a look at the new YouTube partnership program. I'll list it here in the video and show you, comrades, here, but we want to go on ahead and read out what it says. So as of January 16th of 2018, we, as in YouTube, announces a new eligibility requirements for a YouTube partnership program. Once a channel reaches 4,000 watch hours in a previous 12 months and 1,000 subscribers, it will be reviewed to join the program. So what this basically means is that a channel like ours cannot be monetized and can't have ads on it until we have achieved this requirement. So for you, comrades, to know right now, we have about 267 hours, I believe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and so we are so far behind the curve because the old requirements, all they were asked of you was all you had to do was just have 1,000.
No, 10,000.
I'm sorry, 10,000 in
total
total views over the course of your entire channel's life. So what we want to talk about this is YouTube. What the actual fuck? How does this solve the Logan Paul issue?
Because they had Adpocalypse 1.0, and they were like, how can we one-up it and just
But
ruin
the
everybody's
Adpocalypse
day?
was the 10,100 views.
Yeah, I know.
That was the whole point of it, and I kind of get it.
But just remember,
I kinda get it.
Apocalypse also brought less revenue in for all the top.
Yeah, that is
YouTubers.
true. Every top YouTuber actually ended up receiving, I think most were reporting anywhere between 15% to 25% of their earnings being cut because of that whole adpocalypse with YouTube, because they didn't want ISIS YouTube channel to sit there and have their, like, a Chrysler ad on it.
Exactly. But now, back to the point here. This is a really weird response. Like, this doesn't affect him at all. Like, absolutely no effect on any of the polls.
The only people it could possibly affect are the people that are re-uploading the video. People who are, oh, I know, because it was 10,000 views. So, like, people who were uploading illegal movies on YouTube and things like that and getting ad revenue from it, people like that are the only ones this truly affects. But then it basically is like, oh, hey guys, my name's Logan Paul, I'm gonna show a dead body. YouTube's response, crush the small channels.
Yeah.
What?
Really a weird response, in all honesty.
Where the coordination isn't there.
What they should have done, obviously, which I'm sure most of you are thinking the same thing, is that they either should have reprimanded him by not monetizing any future videos for a set period of time, or any of his previous videos for a set period of time, or anybody that does something like this, give them, like, some form of consequence.
Yeah, like, give them,
not consequences to everybody else on YouTube.
Not ban them off of YouTube or anything else. Like, because we talked about it in our previous video. We don't believe in censorship. What we mean when we're saying, like, some kind of punishment, like, suspend them. Tell them they can't upload for a month. Like, suspend their YouTube uploading rights or something like that. Like, that would have been fair. That would have been a good new practice to improve. But instead, this... What is this YouTube? Why?
Yeah. Now, the thing, though, is that this isn't exactly all bad either. Kind of like what he said, this does get rid of a lot of the spam channels that just kind of bulk up on top of YouTube, where it's like, oh, you know, here you can watch this movie, but you gotta click on this ad first, so you can go to this random website where you can put your information and get your credit card stolen.
Actually, that's a good point, because, well, it's actually even more than that, because what it also does, there's people who uploaded, like, me playing with my Barbie dolls, like, I don't know, say 7 years ago or so, and that video's just been up for so long, and so many people have gone and watched it that they literally check their monetization account and they have like $1,500 that YouTube is paying them.
Yeah, so like really old videos that are irrelevant now at this point, but they haven't like really actively maintained a channel. They're just kind of reaping the rewards of a past. That makes sense. Okay, I can see that.
Like, that makes it a little bit better. And I mean, to be fair, as pros and cons, The bigger animation channels, like Sexual Lobster is a personal favorite of mine. Ego Raptor, back when he used to do it.
He hasn't done that anymore.
Yeah, he hasn't done that anymore. But like
That's
old school, like bigger animation channels, I think this might benefit them a little bit and help them out a little bit more and like work from there. But the thing is, YouTube didn't announce any kind of pay increase for people who already meet this mark.
Yeah.
That's the only strange thing about this.
That's the only thing I'm worried about is how they're getting paid now. Because it used to be paid per views, and now it's paid per time.
No. Watch. It used to be. Yeah, originally it used to be pay per view.
Yeah.
Then it became pay per watch time.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, for fuck's sakes, in 2018. No, wait, this is 2018. In 2019, are we gonna see that you have to have 10,000 hours of watch time in a previous year, as well as 10,000 subscribers? I mean, what is the end of this snowball? Because it seems to be getting worse and worse and worse.
The only thing that I find it really odd about it too is that this actually adversely affects YouTube's money as well. And the way that works is, how ad revenue works is whenever you watch an ad, hopefully you click on it. That's what really gives them money. But if you don't click, at least if you watch it, that ad company still has to pay YouTube for your view. So YouTube gets a cut of that money, and then the person who had that video up, the content creator, gets the other cut of that money. So with them having less people that can put out videos, or not even just less people that can put out videos, less people that are eligible to put out videos that can be monetized, that means that YouTube has less potential revenue they can bring in. So I'm not exactly sure why they thought that'd be good. If anything, the best option for YouTube would be to just allow you to get monetized right off the bat. Because then anybody that puts up any video, doesn't matter regardless of what it is, will earn some income. Now, obviously, YouTube has to put it in the best way that they can make the most money, so they should do it like 80-20. 80% keeps on YouTube, and new content creator gets 20, so you keep the scraps. But that means you. Well, no, that's not a good idea either, because then you just have people just putting out a bunch of bulk crap content just to get views. Yeah, that's kind of what the whole old ad issue was.
Actually, it's kind of interesting you mention that, because the thing is...
That's why it's watch time now, to make it more quality content.
The reason YouTube is such a big deal, and the reason people complain so much about YouTube and their entire policy changes and their partnership programs, is because there is no other platform out there that can sustain itself this way. Like, YouTube has been a constant negative money revenue loss almost every single year. Like, it can't be sustained.
Yeah, even when Google bought it, it was going in the negative. I mean, it was a positive product that looked more appealing. It had a lot of potential, but it was still pulling a negative in, because they had to put so much money into maintenance on the servers. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess the other thing is, too, is that I find it extremely weird how sometimes, because I go back and I watch a lot of our old content, I find it weird that there's ads on our content, yet we're not monetized whatsoever. And that really annoys me and makes me think, because like what you were saying to counter your argument, what if that's not making them less money? What if this subscriber system and this new 40,000 hours of watch is actually going to benefit them, because channels like us who are making zero,
they can still put ads
they
on
can
it
still
and
put
get
ads on
100% of
us,
the revenue
yes, versus
true.
sharing any of it, and we have to earn our way to it.
I was going on the assumption that when you monetize, that allows you to put an ad on it. I wasn't thinking that ads are already on our videos,
yeah, because
they are.
When I've sat there and I've looked through some of our videos, and I'm sure some of you comrades have too, when you go to click on one of our videos or whatever else, there's just ads randomly either at the beginning or the end of it, but we're not making anything. We've made a grand total of zero. Actually, if anything, we're at a loss because of the investment we've put into YouTube. We haven't made a single dime off of doing this. We're just doing it as a hobby. So it makes me wonder why this is the response of my biggest thing is why. I did not want to talk about Logan Paul and what happened, but this is a direct correlation response, because they stated after the whole Logan Paul incident that they were going to review their policies and they were going to come out with something better. And the thing is about YouTube, it seems like they only do extremes. Yep. It's always extremely bad though.
Well, like I said, to be fair, I wasn't so opposed to the last change, because exactly what I said, where before you would just put out a bunch of, like a bulk amount of videos. It was quantity over quality, where you would just put out everything and it would just get as many views as physically possible and then get out with all your cash. Now, because it's based on watch time, it has to be based on quality, because you have to keep people entertained long enough to get money out of it. So I don't blame them. That was a really smart decision. That got rid of a lot of crap content. I don't know if you guys remember YouTube from like 5 years ago. There was a buttload of terrible content.
But the great memes.
No, there's more memes now, actually. The reason why I say that is because now the bad correlation that came from that is everybody has to ride the trendy train now. Because if you aren't what's trending, which is the quality content, you're not going to get views. And if you don't get views, you can't get those people to watch for that amount of watch time to get that money in. So now, because you can't just put out a bulk amount of content, whatever the hell you want to put out, and get any type of views on it, and you have to get something that people want actually actively want to watch, everybody's riding the trendy train. So whatever's popular that day, for instance, like the Logan Paul issue, everybody talked about Logan Paul that day. Everybody got a buttload of views for talking about Logan Paul. But you can't blame them because that's how they get their money. So that was one of the adverse effects of that one. With this one, it still is up to... I don't really see an exact answer of how the payments are changing. I don't think they are.
Well,
so I assume it's still based on watch time.
Here's what bothers me, and here's what scares me. Me and Analytics got good enough on YouTube, finally, to be able to schedule our content to come out. So we can create content, and even though me and him have, like, lives and things like that we have to do, we can schedule...
We have lives?
Yeah, it's called YouTube.
Exactly.
So we can schedule videos to come out at certain times and periods. Well...
And they're always late.
I don't understand, like, oh, is that feature being taken away from us? Like, there's another thing here, and I'll read it out to you guys as well and highlight it here. Access to creator features. Note that your channel currently needs to be the YouTube Partner Program in order to access certain features such as end screens and cards that link to associated websites, crowdfunding, and merchandise. So that doesn't sound like it could affect us, but it could also mean our entire overrule system. How are we supposed to maintain the overrule system if we can't put the card at the end of the video to view?
Wait. First off, you're overreading into it. It's not saying that we won't have cards. It's saying cards that link to websites, crowdfunding, and merchandising sites won't be allowed. So we won't be able to link to stuff. We don't do that now.
Okay, good. But no, like that's kind of my fear about it, because whenever big changes like this always get made, it seems like features pointlessly get taken away for no reason, because I don't understand why we had to get, I think it was like 100,000 views before we could sit there and we could schedule videos.
100,000?
I'm sorry, 1,000.
Man, we couldn't even get to the first monetization at 10. You want 100,000?
1,000 views.
Impossible.
Clearly, you know the way, my brother.
Impossible.
Anyway, we had to get to 1,000 views before we could even schedule the videos to be uploaded on their own. Even though they're already uploaded on the channel, we just had to manually put them from private to public.
Yeah.
And then like we weren't allowed to use that feature on our phone, so we had to be in front of a computer to do it. It made no sense.
Yeah, it was like an unnecessary paywall, like in a sense. But instead of paywall, it was view wall. So like, you got a new ability now that you've achieved this level. It's like, well,
yeah, like
something that should have been part of day one. It was.
I probably can't find it, but they sent us an email to us and
yeah,
the
like
Clueless
congratulating
Comrade
us
thing.
about it.
Congratulating
They're
us.
like,
on it.
yeah, like, you don't suck. Here's a feature that you should have already had.
It's weird.
What
The system is so weird. But to wrap it all up,
whoa! Before we wrap it up, there is one pro to this. Okay. At least what I'm seeing out of this is actually one good pro, and it's based on most of the reaction that I've seen and much more that Rex has seen from everybody else. Initial knee-jerk reaction to this news is that everybody now that is a very, very low, brand new, early entry channel, such as ourselves or even slightly bigger than us, are just panicking. They're freaking out. They're all like, "Oh, YouTube is over. We'll never be able to do YouTube again." All this stuff is just way out of proportion. So anyway, so everybody's freaking out. First off, you weren't making enough money on YouTube at this minimal amount of requirements to be self-sustaining anyways. Get over yourself. You weren't that important. You still had to struggle or work a job like normal. So nothing changes. You may be making less, or you may not be making any now because you're below the requirement. It just means you have to put more stuff in there. For instance, we weren't making anything anyways. Is that going to stop us? No. We're still just a terrible channel that's going to bother your notification box.
Till the end of time.
Yes.
And if you unsubscribe, we will find you and we will resub you.
Exactly. We'll hack it. We'll go in and put investments into hackers to hack your computer to subscribe to us instead of actually making quality content. Not worth not worth.
Yeah, you know what? Forget the entire investment thing into YouTube or the
Exactly.
revitalization program. We're just gonna sit there and buy hackers.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say out of this is actually this is really good for the coolest combat. As sad as it sounds, because now all of our competition just died. Everybody's jumping ship, and we're on that sinking ship like, yeah, baby, we can patch this hole. We ain't going Titanic. We got this. We're going across the ocean.
Yeah, because a lot of like high-end creators too, like so many younger YouTubers are sitting there and asking for advice from these like heavy creators, and like some of these creators are being complete dicks. They're like, just quit.
Yep.
That's the only option.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like,
I agree with them.
That is the most demotivating thing you could say.
I agree with them. Kick out all of our competition. This is like Hunger Games, okay? We have got to battle for that one spot.
So this is PlayerUnknown Battleground. The circle's closing in.
Yeah, the storm is just set in. Look at the new circle.
We are literally like, nope, this is our circle.
Yep.
And we got scars and we're not leaving.
Exactly. So, in all seriousness though, it really does help us out. As sad as that sounds, it actually is a huge benefit to us. So everybody else can go screw themselves. I don't care about them. But coolest comments are here to stay, baby, just for you. But now if you want to wrap it up.
Well, yeah, so just to wrap it up, guys, I just find this extremely appallingly hilarious that this is their response to the poll doing what he did and deciding, no, we will ban the lower channels. Because the other thing I kind of worry about, and I hope this isn't the case, I'm a little scared about like being noticed in the search bar, because we've had a ton of problems with that. Like, it is like, unless you type in Clueless Comrades specifically, we will not pop up in the search.
There was only one time we were relevant on the search bar, and that was the day one, absolute first minute Cuphead came out. We were like top 7.
Yeah, but first we had to get past who was that stupid night host celebrity that sits there?
Oh,
and, like,
you mean Conan O'Brien?
Yeah, we had to get past Conan O'Brien doing an interview about Cuphead.
Yeah, because his thing is called Clueless Gamer. So when you type in Clueless, you get like 3 things. You get like the movie Clueless, Conan O'Brien's Clueless Gamer session crap, and then somebody else than us. No, not really. You usually get us as third. But we're like way down there after you get all the other crap that nobody cares about.
And it's a little annoying because what scares me about this, I'm like, well, if YouTube is punishing the lower creators like us, does that mean we're going to get punished in the search as well? Is it going to become harder to find us?
You guys couldn't find us anyway, so it doesn't affect us.
Regardless, those are just some of our thoughts on this. Like, this is weird. This is just weird.
It's just the honest reaction you can have as a company to put out a punishment is what it is. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because the stick is beating the wrong people. That's like, I got a perfect analogy for this, and then we'll end this. It is like your mom coming home. Yeah. Your brother just broke the entire cabinet.
I get where you're going.
And like, he doesn't even really apologize for it. And then she comes to your room and beats your ass.
Yeah. And then puts you in the corner and like time out for the rest of the day.
But your brother now gets a mini vacation to go do whatever he wanted because he's making all this extra money because of the breakage. And you're the one being
That's basically what YouTube just did.
So, alright, comrades. That's all we have to say on this. Whatever this is. YouTube, why?
Yeah.
Like, I really, why? Please, why?
Yeah.
Just give me the thought process behind it, and I will not complain. Just please explain this.
And if you guys have any idea what the hell YouTube is thinking, please put that in the comments, because we have no idea what this reaction is and how it in any way affects Logan Paul, which I'm telling you it doesn't. He's still going to be uploading dead bodies on YouTube because it didn't do anything to him to begin with. So, remember, comrades, as we're going to end this up, keep it classy. Comment, like, subscribe, share, everything. We just don't know why.
And as always, why?
Yeah.
Why? YouTube? Why?
We finally have the why. That's good. We couldn't figure
Actually, why is for YouTube. Yeah. Why?
We couldn't figure out the why. Okay, we'll explain classy real quick. So, comment, like, add to like your favorites or whatever, any playlist you have. Share it to anybody you know. Literally anybody. We're desperate. And And of course, subscribe, because we're also desperate. But we had the why. We didn't know what to do with the why. We were like, yellow's a color, yearn for more content, yell at us angrily because we're always late. But why? Why do you watch our channel? I really want to say. Alright, guys, we're out of here. We'll see you later.
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.